So let's have a discussion about biomechanics. And I just want you to remember that biomechanics is a fancy word for exercise form, which is just another word for the joint positions that we're maintaining as we move, as well as the muscles we're using to stabilize those positions. The idea here is we can perform the same exercise with different mechanics. And by that, I mean, I could have 10 clients here squatting. All 10 of them could be using different joint positions and different muscles to create that squat. The reality is maybe only one of them is doing that with optimal mechanics. The other 9, they're going to be subject to structural inefficiency, which over the long run, loading our body is going to create pain and injury. In this way, optimizing joint positions and using the correct combination of muscles to support those positions becomes the key to structural integrity in our body. This means that we have to consciously focus on the positions we're maintaining as we lift and the muscles that we're using to move load in order to stay safe as we exercise. The mechanics I teach you are optimal, but they're not always going to be applicable. And what I mean by that is when we're in the gym, we're in a high freedom movement environment, meaning we can use whatever joint positions we want. We can utilize musculature how we want. And that's very important because when we're under load, we're at a higher risk of injury. Now, in the real world, sometimes the demands of physical activity or sport are going to dictate that we have to maintain bad joint positions, and there's nothing we can do about that. For example, in the gym, I can always squat with a perfect not collapsed knee position. When I go to ski moguls in the winter, I have to collapse my knees. There's no way to ski moguls without doing so. Now, what I want you to understand is the mechanics that I teach you, we should try to utilize as often as possible. The more often we can find ourselves in good positions with good activations, the less often we're going to get injured. I have many more parents get injured shoveling snow or trying to pick up a couch over the weekend than I have them when they're lifting heavy weights with me in here. The final topic I want to cover is the biomechanical hierarchy, which is how I progress educating you on biomechanics. We're going to start by talking about the most important biomechanics first, which are those of the spine. The spine is the foundation of our body. It is also the center of our nervous system. When we don't treat our spine right while exercising, nothing else works. It also has the highest potential for pain. Next, we're going to move on to our hips and our legs. They are our primary force producers. I want you to understand how to use them efficiently. We'll finish off by talking about how to use our arms and our shoulders. And that will give us a complete picture of how to utilize our body in the gym without hurting ourselves. Up next, a discussion about the biomechanics of the spine and how we go about exercising without hurting our low back.